about to start this workout, but I wanted to say this, man, because last night was crazy. It was really off the chain. I had a neighbor the day before. I had a neighbor that daughter flipped my son the middle finger while he's walking up the street. And as you dig, you tend to find out that that this family has been holding some type of grudge against my whole family since this summer or possibly before that. I mean, just the racist, crazy narrative that they were spitting on text message when I reached out concerning the issue in the neighborhood is crazy. Literally saying that my son would actually be in prison in chains. The little boy, my son being a little boy who helps my neighbors on the left and right, my neighbors with their trash can, who waves and says hi to people when he's walking down the street and walking back up. 13 years old, and their child's like 18, 19. I'm going to tell you, the racism that we experience isn't the racism that they are teaching us to experience. I've never had a problem with people that were from the Deep South, white people that were from the Deep South, country, whether you call it redneck. I've never had it between Alabama, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina. I've never had it. I've been stranded on the road in Mississippi 2:30 in the night at night from a blown tire with 3 young kids in the back seat and my wife next to me, and the officer who stopped helped us change the tire along with the AAA people. I've never had that in the deep country south of Mississippi. Now, I'm not saying that this is 100% true, and this is the thing. I'm not saying that this is like true across the board, because racism exists regardless, and believe it or not, whether you're white or you're black, it doesn't matter your color. It is the demonic spirit that gets into your heart and manipulates your insecurities, your inferiorities, where everybody's the problem except for you. That's really it. So I'm not going to say that it's just prone to that. But one thing I will say is I've had more problems with people that tell me I should fear racist people that are white. Like white people that tell me I should be afraid of a certain type of white person, and it's them, really. It's really them. It's really them, and it baffles me. It's really, I don't quite get it. The same ones who supposedly are for my freedom are the same ones who want to structure my thinking. The same ones that are supposedly the ones that are fighting for my rights, my civil rights, are the same ones that are turning around and flipping my son the middle finger when he's coming home from school. Or the same, those are the same ones with the racist kids that are in high school that got to get put out. I'm going to tell you, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it, and I'm beginning to understand. Even being in my mid 40s, early 40s, man, I'm beginning to understand. I'm beginning to actually see, because I've never, even growing up in Philadelphia, really dealt with real racist people. But when I mean, dude, if I could show you the text messages that this guy sent when I approached him concerning what happened, and what's even crazier is he stood on it. Like, he believes that my son is evil. See, we've had enough black males killing each other. And I also see the second agenda. We also got black men that are in chains from people like them, trying to structure our thinking. Man, it pisses me off. It makes me upset. It makes me mad, and it didn't start until this election was over. Like, it started on Tuesday. After Tuesday, when Trump got mad, and you think Trump won, and you would say, okay, well, KKK people, you think with Trump, since Trump won, you would turn around and say, oh yeah, the KKK people are going to come out they're going to come out and start badgering the people that are minorities. And I saw some report in Atlanta about people getting text messages from supremacy and it doesn't make any sense. This is the problem. It doesn't make sense. If you won and you're supposedly racist, he's supposedly racist, he won and he's in power, why is it that the people that didn't vote for him are the people that are causing the most issues right now for people that look like me? I can't even say that some of these text messages and these attacks aren't people that are white liberals turning around and doing. And this is the thing, I don't even like to even use that and say that this is what I'm dealing with. But this is what I'm kind of dealing with. The ones from California that turn around and they look at a black man and maybe whatever they're experiencing for, but they're threatened by it. I've never been threatened. I never experienced anything threatening from people that were homegrown, I guess, Southern country. I don't know, white people, I don't know. I've never had that. But there is a particular type of white person that you do have to watch out for. There is a particular type that really are for you. And Malcolm X said it. They're for you, but then they're really against you. And you have to know the difference, because understand, not all white people are bad. Not all people, and I'm gonna tell you, white people, not all black people are bad either. It's some black people that suffer through a lot, and just like white people suffer through a lot, but not all of us are share the same thoughts and the same way of thinking just because we have the same color of our skin. And I believe that's the same thing too. But when I do meet a true racist white person, I'm gonna tell you, you truly will know. And people would actually, I've heard people throw racism around easily and throw it at this person and throw it at that person. But it's never the people you think it is. It's never the people you think it is. Because the ideology, the racist ideology, aligns with the ideology of being being servitude and subjected to my thoughts and my thinking and agreeing with what I say. So if I don't agree with what you say, something is wrong. And I'm either less of a human being, I'm either an ignorant black person, an ignorant man, or I have to be replaced or something like that. Man, I tell you, I ain't never experienced this before, and I'm experiencing something brand new that I've never went through before. And but I'm gonna tell you, at the same time, I know who I am. Like, I know who God created me to be, and I know who I am. So it's completely different. So I'm not going to get emotional about it, but it is frustrating and it is very upsetting to see this happen right after the election. So you don't come to me and tell me that white supremacists and KKK are text messaging people and doing all this other stuff to people because Trump won. No, the people that were against Trump, the people that that you would consider to be the white liberal, Martin Luther King Malcolm clearly spoke about him. And I listened, but I didn't quite get it. But when I saw how frustrated and mad they were with my MAGA sign, with my post about supporting Trump, and then after the win, I say, black people, you got to realize you're afraid of the wrong thing. You are really afraid of the wrong thing. The enemy that they've told you is your enemy really isn't your enemy. And I'm going to leave it like that and get my workout on. But it's sickening and it's ridiculous. And it doesn't make sense. And it's designed to create fear. They want you to be afraid that KKK and white supremacists are running around here, so you can come back to the party and say, dag, I should have never elected Donald Trump. But some people take this political season to a point of emotional, like, not just arrogance, but anger and hatred. They can't take a loss, but you're supposed to take a loss. But they can't take a loss. They can't understand it. So I didn't have a problem. I ain't got no problem with, I've never had a problem with country boys. I never had a problem with them. I've only had a problem with the white liberals. And you know what? It made me go pull up a book by Thomas Sowell, Black Rednecks and White Liberals. And I had to go read through it. And I'm going to tell you, I know he's a theological, theatrical. No, he's a theatrical. He's a conservative in theory. He's a conservative that really. I forgot the right word for it, but I'm gonna think about it. But even as a philosopher and where he stands, and the things that he spoke about in the book, I started to understand clearly more and more why it's like that. But then I understand that it's not blanket. Not everybody is like this. And I'm going to tell you guys, listen, you want to build relationships with people that don't look like you. You want to have those connections with people that don't think like you. You do. But you want to also watch out for people like that.